Hello, and today we're going to be looking through the deck I was going to take to the UK Opens, but I'm not because it needs quite a bit of needs some tinkering, and I'm not sure I'm able to get into place I want to be able to do anything with it at the moment. Hopefully I can in the future, but without further ado, let's go through it. It is the metalmorph primite deck. First of all, 3 black metal dragons. This searches out the red eyes cards. It's a nice starter, not once per turn, so you can utilise it multiple times if you play the right combo. Red eyes darkness metal dragon. It enables that combo as well as specialing out dragon monsters by itself by banishing a monster, so you can clear stuff off the field I don't want. 2 red eyes black dragons. 1 red eyes black meteor dragon, 1 red eyes fusion, and 1 dark magician, just for the dragoon play. Onto the metalmorph engine, we have red eyes metal claws dragon. By sending from your side of the field a face down card to the graveyard, you can special summon it. You can act, and if there's a max metalmorph, you can set it in your trap. You can set it from deck to your spell and trap zone, and if it's on the field, you can put the you can activate the metalmorph traps straight away. Then Metal Cell X, which is setting traps. It's twice per turn when your opponent activates monsters or spell cards and effects. You can target a face-up monster your opponent tries to destroy it. 1 red eyes black full metal dragon. This is your Omni Negate plus burn for one of your opponent's original attacks. Incoming machine. This is just a nice little combo starter. Add a monster that mentions max metalmorph or metalmorph trap for to your hand or your graveyard to your hand. It does have an effect that I've not used. So the Fiendish Beast. It's a special summon in defense, or it's a normal summon if your opponent controls a monster, so it's good going second. If the max metalmorph is not in your graveyard, your opponent is allowed to special summon a monster out as well, if they want. Then Metal Flame Swordsman, whenever you're supposed to do the whole setting thing, or grabbing metalmorph cards, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, this gains 500 attack and inflicts 500 damage to your opponent when on resolution of those effects. Then the 2 metalmorph traps. Flame Coating Metalmorph. If you've already got a card that mentions max metalmorph, you can do this to tribute a metalmorph, ignoring its summoning conditions, and it protects it from being destroyed by a battle or card effect. And then max metalmorph itself gives it 400 attack defense, and it cannot be destroyed by spell or monster effects and can't be targeted by them either. That's the metalmorph engine. On to the other engine. Small branded core. 2 branded fusion, might as well maximise it and get it to work. For the extra deck, because metalmorph primite doesn't need much. Extra deck. 2 Cartesians lets me get into Sanctifier, and it's just another way of using fusions. 1 Albaz, you can fusion off their board by discarding. 1 Branded High Spirits to dump branded monsters from extra deck to graveyards to add a full of Albaz and get them to effect for grave. 1 Mercuria, just a nice little hand trap if you've got a fusion on board. And 1 Edo. Yes, it's the Edo. Yes, I can Edo lock. Doesn't happen often with this build, but the option's there if I want it. Small Bestial Engine. 1 Magnamot searches out a good chunk of the deck with them being dragons. A Sarinea, nice to get access to a couple of the branded spells and traps. And a Drissworm. To the Primite, cool. 3 Barrel to search out the rest of the Primite cards. 2 Lordly Loads, which lets me summon out like Red Eyes, and 1 Drill Beam. Hand traps. 3 Droll and Lockbird for stopping like Mitsurugi and stuff. 3 Molchami Furolos for summoning from deck or extra deck. 2 Ghost Spell, a Called By, and a Talent. In the extra deck, so that's the main deck. In the extra deck, 1 Spirit with the Ice of the Blue. This lets you use your Black Metal Dragon once, and you banish this with Red Ice Darkness Metal, and then use it to get it back. So that's your combo for that. 1 Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres lets you get into Albaz, so on their battle phase you can Albaz them. SP Little Knight, if I need to create board space, it's just a nice little Albion to get into the branded stuff. A Titan Clad, if I need to make it, or it's useful for its graveyard effect. A Chaos Star Source Dragon, it's a destroy up to the number of light and dark monsters you use of this material. And if it's banished, you can target a level 4 or light or dark dragon monster you control, and you can turn it to level 8 so you can access certain things. A Granule of the Blazing Cartesia. Albolenitus, I've got several dragons I could use to make this. A Rebellion for the fusioning. The dragon that devours the dogma, sorry. You're using this, you can shuffle up to 2 Classroom Graveyards or Banishment into the deck, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Dogmatic or Tri-Brigade card, so it can get me to Mercuria. A Sanctified Dragon for the lock. A Dragoon. A Mirror Jade, you know what those are for. Kurzebs, the Goated Glutton, just for I can get 2 level 7s out, I can just do the stealing. And then a Typhon. Then, side deck, 2 Lightning Storms. They're just useful to clear monsters or spells and traps. Harpy's Feather Duster. Again, useful for moving back row. 3 Ash Blossoms. I didn't like them in the main for this deck, so swapping them in was useful. Swap them with Fuas. Artifact Lancia, just in case you get those Malice players. 3 Triple Tactic Thrusts, just as a search for stuff. And then 3 Black Goats Larves for it stopping access to certain combo monsters that it's useful for your opponent's combo. Now, so there's that. As I say, I am not going to be playing this, I'm going to be playing another deck. That, I'm not going to tell you what, but I'll explain what I need to do with this deck. So, for this deck, to make sure I was chatting with people, and I'd probably be dropping 1, 2, 3 cards from main, and 1 from extra deck. So 4 cards. I can slot in another Albaz card, so that's not a problem. But I'll be dropping the Dark Dragoon package. Because of load, I can play with 1 Red Ice Black Dragon. I don't need the Dragoon, I've got Drill Beam and Full Metalmorph as I'll be against. So then, because I'm not playing Dragoon, I don't need the Dark Magician, and I don't need the Red Ice Fusion, which just means Miniature Dragon doesn't grant me that, it's just there as an extender for the board. And we think that would probably make the deck better. I am going to be still working on this deck. It will probably come back again, but I want to go on something a bit more reliable than that for the Open. So I've got a few weeks left. So yeah, yeah, I've got 3 weeks. So I've got 2 weeks to adjust to the other deck, and then I'll come back to working on this deck, I think. So I do like it. I do want it to work. It's just needs a bit of changing. What do you think of the deck? I want to know. Please feel comment down below. Feel free to like, subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you next.